Big protests in Kazakhstan, what that means for your portfolio, and huge job numbers in the US. Just more economic fuel to the fire. Coming up on The Jog. Hi folks, Alex Klingelhoeffer here with Exencial Wealth Advisors. It is 8:22 here in the middle part of the country on Wednesday. It is January 6th, 2022. Happy Wednesday to you. Here's your morning jog around the economic headlines of the world. I want to start off in a country that I've never covered before. That's Kazakhstan and the protests that are happening right now. If you look at Kazakhstan, their cabinet has shut down. Their government's really on the verge of a major collapse. Why? Well, the main reason is the lifting of a cap on liquefied propane gas prices. And you might say, Alex, I've never heard of LPG. Well, LPG is a byproduct of the oil drilling process. Most times it just gets discarded. Sometimes people convert their cars to run on it. Since Kazakhstan has had caps on the fuel, quite frankly, most of their population, about 90%, has converted their cars to running on LPG gas. Prices, caps lift, prices double. Suddenly you have violent protests in the streets of Kazakhstan. Why is this important to us as investors? Besides being globally diversified, wanting to have some investments in growing countries that are fairly stable like Kazakhstan, we care about the global supply of energy. Kazakhstan, 1.8 million barrels per day. If you look at OPEC, right, every month we have a meeting, 400,000 additional barrels a day enter into the crude oil market. Kazakhstan has 1.8 million barrels a day. If they are to shut down for any meaningful period of time, that's 4.5 months of OPEC production cuts that are being restored, get thrown out the window. We're back into a huge deficit in terms of global oil supply and energy at a time when the global economy is really starting to roar in terms of a coronavirus recovery. Second, as we look at the greenification of the global energy grid, 37% of global uranium comes out of Kazakhstan, of course, a relatively sparsely populated country in Asia. If Kazakhstan shuts down for a long period of time, this only exacerbates what looks to be a very challenging environment for global energy in 2022 and could send our energy prices up along with those in Kazakhstan. Omicron may have peaked in South Africa. Certainly the data is starting to show that. If we take that tail, move it to London, move it to the US, we're looking at late January, early February for a peak here in the US. Of course, US now experiencing more than 1 million new cases a day of the Omicron variant of coronavirus. Not very deadly, not very harmful, but very transmissible. Again, it's been our statement that we think this is sort of the transition from a pandemic to an endemic in terms of Omicron, absent additional vicious variations. Last but not least, before we get you off to a nice Wednesday, huge ADP data. Quite frankly, maybe too good ADP data. And when I say too good, I mean, look, it's 800,000 new jobs in the US last month. That's kind of an outlier number, right? We were looking for 415,000, getting 800,000 new ones from ADP. Of course, we'll have the BLS number on Friday. 800,000 is a tremendous number. If it's true, it means employers are really going to get squeezed here in Q1 as we have additional competition for skilled labor. I would expect, quite frankly, a revision down and maybe some more placid numbers in January and February. Perhaps some of those jobs have been accelerated to fit into 2021 budgets before 2022 budgets roll out. That's my thought. We'll wait for the data to see. If you want some additional information, look on the internet. You can always find me there if you look hard enough. Until then, hope you have a very nice Wednesday. I am out.